Once upon a time, there was a young man who worked in a factory. His mentor, an old technician, taught him an important lesson. Talk less, work hard, and always keep improving your skills in every part of the factory. After 10 years, the old technician retired, and the young man became a technician himself. He kept working with the same dedication and focus his mentor had taught him. One day, the young man went to visit his mentor. The old man noticed that he looked upset and asked, "What's bothering you?" The young man sighed and said, "I've done everything you told me. I've worked hard, stayed quiet, and focused on my job. I've learned every skill there is to learn in the factory, but I don't understand why others, who have less experience and skill than me, are getting promoted while I'm still earning the same as I did when I was your apprentice." The mentor asked, "Are you sure you've made yourself indispensable to the factory?" The young man confidently said, "Yes." The mentor thought for a moment and then said, "Take a day off. Use any excuse you want, but give yourself a break." The young man was surprised by this advice, but decided to trust his mentor. He thanked him and quickly requested a day off. When he returned to work the next day, the manager called him into the office. The manager told him that things had gone wrong while he was away. Problems had come up, and no one else knew how to solve them. Seeing how important the young man was to the factory, the manager decided to promote him to senior technician to thank him and encourage him to keep up the good work. The young man was grateful for his mentor's wisdom. He thought to himself, "This must be the secret to success." From then on, whenever he felt undervalued, he would take a day off. Every time, the situation would improve when he returned. This worked well for a while, but one day, when he arrived at the factory, he was stopped at the gate. To his shock, he learned that he had been fired. Confused and upset, he went to his mentor and asked, "Why did I lose my job? I followed your advice exactly." The mentor shook his head and said, "You only understood part of the lesson. You learned that no one notices a light bulb that's always on. They only notice it when it goes out. But you missed the second part." "The second part?" the young man asked. The mentor explained, "If a light bulb keeps going out too often, people will replace it with one they can depend on. No one wants a light bulb that doesn't work when they need it most." He added, "Think about your life. Do you have family or friends you take for granted because they're always there for you? What would happen if one day they weren't there anymore? Don't wait for that moment to realize how important they are. Show your appreciation now. And don't let yourself be taken for granted either. But that doesn't mean you should stop doing your best just because things aren't going your way. Find balance in your life, and life will give you balance in return."